Hello again, everybody. Barry Hyatt here at the UK Extension Office with my good friend Janet Johnson, who retired in December, but now you're kind of back, right?
I'm kind of back, Barry. I've retired, but I am working part-time for the University of Kentucky doing special projects, having an official title of a curriculum development specialist. And today we are again back on air to
so
film.
glad that you're here.
Yes, and supporting once again that Plated Up Kentucky Proud project.
Most
and
certainly.
that's what we're doing today, is showcasing one of the new spring recipes.
Cool.
Spring recipe today that we think is going to be a really great one to add to your recipe book because it showcases so many cool spring vegetables.
And colors.
And colors,
Yeah.
that's true. We're doing what we call a super crunchy salad today, but we're focusing on what we would call the cabbage family.
Okay.
And we are showing cabbage as well as kale, but we're showing some different varieties of cabbage. We have a Napa cabbage today,
Okay.
which is a very different cabbage than people are, but it's still a cabbage. It's a very light flavor. And in fact, yesterday when I was actually purchasing this for demonstration, the young man who was actually, ringing me up said, "Oh, that's leaf lettuce." But it's not. But I can see how it gets the name because it is a very light leaf that looks very much like lettuce, doesn't
Sure,
it?
it does,
like
yeah.
that.
Most certainly.
So it does look like an iceberg lettuce head or leaf lettuce, but it's a Napa cabbage. It has the flavor of cabbage, but just a little different.
Maybe a little bit of a different texture, possibly?
It's a different texture. It is more like lettuce,
Okay.
like a romaine lettuce.
Very
So flavor of cabbage, romaine lettuce, that's a different texture.
Okay.
So we're throwing that in today to look for, to urge you to look at different types of cabbage
Good
when
deal.
you're shopping, not just the same old green head of cabbage from my grandparents' garden, like that they always grew, that one kind. And then we're also throwing in a Brussels sprout, which is kind of like a little tiny baby cabbage.
Exactly.
Yes, it is. It is in the cabbage family, but these are great sources of great vitamins and minerals, and also great sources of fiber that they add. And we've talked a lot about Brussels sprouts on these programs, about how to roast those and do that. So now we're going to take them and just treat them like a salad ingredient. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. And then for wonderful color and great nutrition again, and I always say, but the best part is the flavor, okay?
Right.
We have kale today, and this is the curly kale that people are familiar with. They see it on salad bars a lot as
Yes.
kind of a decorative edge, but we're adding this today as part of the salad ingredients. And what we're doing, Barry, is actually using a cutting technique, and I'll kind of move over to
Sure.
kind of show folks what we're doing that is different than tearing pieces, and we are actually going to cut very thin kind of pieces like this.
Okay.
And you can see it kind of creates this very light, fluffy texture. And we're doing that with the Brussels sprouts. We're thinly slicing those. So everything is a thin slice cut today.
You have to be careful when you're cutting with this.
You do. But it does create this nice frilly texture that is wonderful. And the same thing with the kale, or any other green that you might substitute here. What we're doing is we're kind of laying pieces on top, and once again, we're thinly slicing that so that you get this kind of fluffy ribbon effect again, which is a very different texture for a salad. And then when you take those greens and kind of mix those together, you get this beautiful combination. Isn't that pretty?
Very nice.
It is it's just beautiful. And it also adds different texture, different edges, and different flavors from the cabbage family, but also that great summer green using some kale or hardy greens that are still available. So this is the basis we're going to start with. Now the recipe that we have today, Barry, feeds a crowd. Okay.
You can tell already.
It feeds a crowd, but this is only half of the recipe.
Oh, wow.
Okay? The recipe will talk about a half a pound of this or a pound of that. Now, I function better knowing how many cups. True, you do buy things by the pound, or people will often, even at the farmer's market, have things as a bunch of greens that they will sell you. So what we did today is we're going to talk about cups.
Okay.
Even though you're buying a half a pound or a pound or a pound and a half, we're going to talk a little bit about cups. So what we did with the Brussels sprouts that we showed, we are adding about 2 cups today to create a family size salad.
Okay.
Okay? Now, if you follow the recipe and you use the pound of Brussels sprouts, that's going to give you a huge volume and will serve over 10 people, like a cup and a half to 2 cups each.
Oh, wow.
So we're talking about a huge salad. Have to have a great big mixing bowl
Sure.
to do it. So we have cut the recipe in half. We want people to know that. So when you're reading this, just think this way. So we're doing about 2 cups of the sliced Brussels sprouts that we
Okay.
showed, and we're doing 3 cups of the shredded or sliced Napa cabbage and 3 cups of the kale.
Okay.
Yes.
Very
So
good.
that's the proportional mixture that you see here. Now, friends at home can do as they please.
Right.
But if you do the recipe by the letter, you're going to get a salad that will feed 10 to 12 people.
Well, people at home aren't doing this for television, and so we can't have
No.
these huge bowls out here.
So we're doing a salad like this today.
Yes.
In terms of the green proportions that we're adding. Now we are kind of mixing it up with the fruit that's going to go in, and that's what's even more fun with this salad.
Right.
And you know, I would be talking a whole lot about Easter, serving this for Easter, if Easter had not already been with us.
Exactly.
It was early this year. This would have been a great Easter salad, okay?
It could be a great post-Easter salad, I
It
suppose.
could,
couldn't
a
it?
Mother's Day salad.
There you go. There you
But
go.
I dare say, fix this for your mother.
There you
You
go.
know,
Yes.
don't expect mom to fix this for you. Exactly, just kidding. But any special spring event, this would be a wonderful salad to have.
Okay, very
And you
good.
could even add grilled chicken with it to make it a main dish salad. So let's move forward. We've added the proportions again of 2 cups of shredded Brussels sprouts, 3 cups of kale shredded, 3 cups of, again, the sliced Napa cabbage. Now, that's our basis. So now we're going to add some fruit to this and really spring it up. Strawberries are
Yes.
traditional, and they are coming, aren't they?
Most
they are
certainly.
coming in season soon. Next month they'll be prolific, and so we want
Yes.
to give you a good recipe to take advantage of
Sure,
strawberries.
those fresh strawberries,
So you add sliced strawberries to your desire. Now I've added about 6 today. I think the big recipe calls for 6, but I like to have more fruit.
Sure.
So I'm adding 6 sliced strawberries. If you want 3, add 3. If you
Right.
want 4, add 4. But that's what we're doing. And I've also done about half of a can of mandarin oranges. So it would be a very small can, about 8 ounces, or the larger one I think is 15.
Okay.
If you buy that, you can just put those in a storage bag and put those in your freezer. Or, excuse me, refrigerator. Don't want to freeze the little guys.
Okay.
Guess you could.
I guess you could, yeah.
But if you wanted to blend them up, that'd be fine. But, okay, so what we're doing is we're going to add, again, about a half a cup of mandarin oranges and a little over a cup and a half of sliced strawberries here, about 6.
Right.
Okay,
you
and
go.
so we're just going to kind of mix those up together to create this wonderful combination and beautiful color. Isn't that pretty,
It's
Barry?
very
It's just a
nice.
gorgeous
certainly.
salad. It is. And if we really want to spice some flavor up, this is called a super crunchy salad, and we'll get to the crunch in a moment, even though the greens are kind of crunchy.
Right.
We're going to add some cranberries to even add more flavor. Now, you don't have to add dried cranberries if you just want to stop with the strawberries.
Could you put raisins if you wanted to instead of
Golden
cranberries?
raisins would be pretty.
Okay.
Yes, I probably would choose the golden raisins over the regular raisins, but
Okay.
you know, who am I to judge raisins? Okay, so,
They taste about the same regardless.
absolutely.
The golden would be prettier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but let's go back to the garden now and add one more ingredient. I think you've got that there,
think so,
Barry.
yeah.
Yes, I'll trade places there.
All of it?
These are little green onions, and this is about a couple of big little green onions.
And you want them all?
Yes, let's go
okay.
ahead and do
All
all
right.
of those. And we have thinly sliced those green onions to go in the salad. Now, a lot of people love green onions in their
Yes.
gardens, one of the first ingredients. So we want to take advantage of that.
Sure.
That you can find those and use those in this salad. So we're just going to kind of mix this up and kind of distribute the fruit with the salad greens, and we do this very carefully.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about the crunch
Okay.
in this recipe. This recipe, when I first saw it, it called for pepitas. Now,
Okay.
tell me if you know what that is, Barry.
I've never heard that
I
word.
did not either. I will have to admit it. And so, but the secret is these are simply raw pumpkin seeds. But I want to show the difference, because if you go to a grocery to purchase, which you probably will for the seeds,
Right.
okay? Then what you're going to see when you ask for that, you ask for pepitas, and they'll say, oh, they're over in the snack aisle with the nuts and things like that. And what you'll see are pumpkin seeds like this,
Okay.
because there's a parenthesis that says raw pumpkin seeds. Well, some places only have one kind of pumpkin seed. Okay? And it's the kind of pumpkin seed we're all familiar with that are roasted and salted, and I think we've even done that on the program here. Yes, we have. Well, for this recipe, what we really want, we want raw pumpkin seeds, and some groceries carry these, not all, but you do need to know the difference. And if you'll hold those up, Barry, we'll just show the difference there that people can see. So the raw pumpkin seed, as you see, is the seed that's been taken out of the hull in the roasted salted pumpkin seeds.
Right.
So it's very confusing, though. It's confusing for me, but this little seed right here is what you are looking for. You're looking for a raw pumpkin seed that's been taken out of the hull. So you don't want to use this one.
Not the big ones.
Not this one, the little bitty ones.
Yeah.
And if you can't find those at your grocery, you probably are going to find sunflower kernels.
Okay.
Not the big gray sunflower seeds.
Right.
You know, once again, we want the little nut that's inside the shell
Yes.
for this recipe. So there you go.
So.
And some might say, well, why can't I just use pecans? And you know what I would
And
say?
they can, probably.
And sure you can. You can use pecans. But when you do this recipe and you take those little raw pumpkin seeds,
Yes.
and the recipe will say to actually spray it with a little cooking oil in a heated skillet,
Okay.
because we're roasting these.
Okay.
Okay, in the skillet. And you can add red pepper, cayenne pepper. You can add seasoned salt, okay, or more paprika. Whatever seasoning that you like to add, salt and pepper is a must. So think about that. And if you want it to have more zip, the red pepper would be great.
And it doesn't take long at all to warm this
No,
up.
no,
I
no, no.
wouldn't.
You just want them to warm and just kind of toast a minute, because that brings the flavor out of any nut, even if it's a pecan or it's an almond or anything. Just kind of toasting them lightly makes them rich in flavor.
Gotcha.
So that's a secret with any kind of nut. So we're going to add these little roasted pepitas.
Did you have to Google it?
Yes, we did. We had to Google that, and I would just call it what it is. It's a raw pumpkin seed. It's a raw pumpkin
That's
seed.
it.
That's it. And that's how you would find it on the shelf.
Yes.
So why our little recipe collaborators put pepitas, I don't know. That's not how we speak down here
No,
in northern Tennessee and southern Kentucky.
That's exactly right.
Maybe in the rest of Kentucky that people say this, but not,
But
not
not
in our little world where we are. So again, we're trying to show people the difference in that today.
Yes. Okay,
So
good deal.
it adds a different type of crunch to this salad, and it is very pretty. This little pumpkin seed is kind of a green, kind of a seed that I think adds a lot of neat color and will add beautiful texture as well, and beautiful flavor.
I agree.
Yes.
It's very pretty.
So notice that we just kind of mix these lightly, just kind of tossing, and again, a larger bowl may help. So let's get down to the secret ingredient other than the raw pumpkin seeds.
Papitas.
Yes, poppy seed dressing.
Yes.
And we are going to add just a tiny bit of orange juice, okay?
All right.
Now, a lot of people buy oranges, and I never want to throw away those oranges without zesting them.
Okay.
Okay? Zesting means that we just take a little microblade and we actually shave off that very, very dark orange part of the skin that we call the zest.
Right.
But this has so much flavor, and you can freeze this. You can put this in the freezer and then just pull it out as a secret ingredient.
And it smells great.
It smells great to add this for sauces, for cakes, to add to dressings, to kind of zip it up is wonderful. So we're doing about a tablespoon.
Okay.
You have one orange, that's about that. And then we're doing about a tablespoon of orange juice.
Okay.
So, and you can use just regular orange juice, but if you've already got your zest in the freezer.
There you go.
Like that. So we're doing poppy seed dressing, and when you purchase this, you'll purchase a bottle. This is about 16 ounces, that's 2 cups.
Okay.
So we're doing a cup.
Gotcha.
We're doing half. The whole recipe on the card that's on the website is going to talk about the big salad and using the whole bottle.
Gotcha.
But we're doing a half today for families.
Yes.
So we're having that. But we're just taking, again, a purchased dressing, but look what we're creating.
It looks so neat.
We're creating such a wonderful color and just a little bit of orange flavor to this.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. So here we go. This is the end of this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this sparingly, even though I said a cup. We're going to see how it does.
Okay.
And then we'll add more. And you can always save this in your refrigerator if you choose to add less than the cup.
Gotcha.
And just use it for other purposes later on, for other salads like that too. Now, this is just a gorgeous salad. So we're just mixing this, and of course a larger bowl would help. But here at
Pretty much got this one filled up to the top, don't
here
you?
at the extension service, we did not have that option. So, and most people at home may or may not have that. So I'm
Right.
just saying, just fold carefully and blend, and you can keep it contained in that manner. But this is a gorgeous way, Barry, once again, to use members of those early spring commodity vegetable families that offer so much in terms of flavor, but even more importantly, so much in terms of great nutrition. Extremely healthy, and it's a wonderful way to celebrate spring. Isn't this gorgeous?
Really neat.
It
really
is
neat.
beautiful, and so I'm going to put it on a plate, and as I said before, if you wanted to actually plate this up and make it a main dish, all you need to add is a little bit of grilled chicken.
I was going to ask that question too. I mean, some people
Absolutely.
like a little bit of steak or grilled chicken.
Absolutely. The grilled chicken, again, would have a really light flavor to it, and I think it'd be wonderful with it.
So I think you're right.
That's true.
Well, listen, if you guys want this recipe, it's oh so easy to get. You can email me at North Central. My email address there is barry.hyatt@nctc.com.
Yes.
Or you can also go to our website at www.nctc.com. We'll make sure that it's there. And Janet, you have another option as well.
Absolutely. Statewide in Kentucky, of course, all you need to do is to get your search engine, Google, Safari, and actually type in Plated Up Kentucky Proud Recipes. Boom, you are right there. It'll have videos. It will have so many more recipes as well that you can access.
Awesome. So it's an
Yes.
easy way to find out for sure if you want to make this at home. It's very easy and it's going to taste great, I'm sure.
It will. It's a gorgeous salad.
Well, we're so glad to have you back.
Thank you.
And
Thank
it's
you.
good to see you again, and it's good to see you guys again as well. Thanks so much for joining us. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again here real soon.